my little yarnivores and spiderettes, Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. And today I have got another lovely lacy shawl for you guys that I call the Tudor shawl, because all of these little bits of lattice work in between the shells remind me of the really awesome little diamond-shaped window panes that you see in those style of houses. So, very, very simple pattern once you get used to the repeat, and you know I'm gonna do the repeat for you because I like to be thorough. Now for this piece, I used Pound of Love, not sponsored for this video, but you know I always love to let you guys know what it is that I use. And I'm gonna be using some more Pound of Love for this tutorial in a light blue. And I used, for this particular project, I used a size K 6.5mm hook. You can, of course, use whatever works for you. By all means, I'm just letting you know that what it is that I used if you want to duplicate the results. Also, of course, everybody's gauge is different. And I didn't even use a full skein. I almost did, but I didn't even use a full skein of the Pound of Love for this project. Something to keep in mind for this particular piece is that it's one of those triangular shawls where it grows out quicker than it grows up. Okay, so it's going to be rather long, so you can drape it down over your shoulders, tie it. You could do a smaller version and use it as more of like a neck scarf. That's cool too, but it's not going to travel that far down your back in relation to how long it is. Just something to keep in mind. Not all triangles are created equal. This is not a triangle where all the sides are equal in length. It's not a crescent. I've done all sorts of different shapes as far as shawls are concerned. So this is going to be the particular dimensions of this shawl. So just to let you know. All right. So that being said, let's get started. Alrighty. Alright, so first things first, row 1. Alright, so we're going to start with a slip knot, of course. Generally we do. And so our slip knot is going to act, our first chain, that is. Our first chain is going to act as our magic ring, etc., etc. I like to use that first chain, as what we're going to work into. So we've got our chain 1. Now we need 3 more to act as our first double crochet. And then we need 4 more double crochets for a total of 5. We're going to work into that first chain. So scooting on down. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so we have, technically speaking, we have a total of 5 double crochets for our first row, and you can always cinch up your tail there a little bit and sew it in later. Not right now, but it's another thing for your to-do list. All right, so that is row 1. All right, row 2, going to make some more shells, clusters, however you want to put it. All right, so we're going to start by chaining up 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn the work. Now into this first stitch, we need 4 more double crochets for a total of 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So with that chaining up of 3, that counts as a total of 5 double crochets. Now, we have a total of 5 for our initial shell. Well, if we're going to go into the center, we're going to skip that double crochet and going into the next one. So skip this one, going into that one with a single crochet, because we're going to lock this into place like so. And then into this last double crochet, we're going to do 5 double crochets. Now, yes, it can be a little bit tricky, but we can do it. So going into this top chain right there, we're going to need 5 doubles. And yes, it's a little bit fiddly, as I always say, but as I always say, with a little bit of patience and persistence, we can do it. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. All right, so we're getting the basis of where we're starting coming along just fine. All right, and on the next row, we're going to start in with the beginning of our trellis work. All right. All right, row 3. Now, keep in mind, we're pretty much starting every row exactly the same. So that you don't have to worry so much about. Chain up 3, turn the work, and then into this first stitch, 4 more double crochets for a total of 5. It's the same thing every row. So that's one less thing that you need to worry about. There's so many patterns out there. It's like, oh, no, on this row you chain 7, and this one you chain 2, and this one, no. For this particular pattern, it's pretty painless, I assure you. All right, so we double crocheted our 4 doubles into that first stitch. We've got our total of 5, and we need to lock this down into place. So skipping that first, that next stitch, going into the one thereafter with a single crochet to lock it into place. And now we need to start our trellis work. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we need to lock this down into our other shell. Now, see, we have our single crochet here, right in the middle, and then 1, 2. So into that third one, we need to do a single crochet. It's all about the counting, and be careful because, as you can see here, it all looks pretty homogeneous, okay? So, it all looks the same. So that's our single, double, double, double. So into that third double right here, do a single crochet to lock it in. That's our first trellis arch. And then into this last double crochet, we need 5 double crochets. And I know I've said this in previous tutorials. I'm going to say it again. When you're chaining up 3 initially, it's good to do it a little bit loose because we're going to be going and working into that third chain pretty much every row. So, I mean, it helps. So 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome sauce. All right, so that is the end of row 3. Doesn't look like much, but as you can see, the height of it and the width of it, well, yep. Like I said, this is one of those projects where it grows out faster than it grows up. All right, so onwards to row 4. All right, row 4, moving right along, footloose and fancy free. All right, so again, I'm going to start by chaining up 3. 1, 2, 3, turn the work, and into that first stitch 4 more doubles for a total of 5. Actually, you know what? I'm going to undo that. Yeah, because, like I said before, it really does help if your initial chain 3 is just a little bit loose. There we go, just a little bit loose. And then do your additional 4 doubles. You know, me, I've said this a million times, and I mean it. I have a tendency of having a death grip, and my tension is very, very tight. And that is why, even though this is a thin weight of 4, and it would recommend, say, you know, I could think like a size H or a size I, I'm using a K, you know. So I always say use what works best for you. So I've got my total of 5, skip that first one, going into the next one with a single crochet, locking it into place. And now we're going to do some more lattice work. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then do into this lattice chain a single crochet, like so. And then for the sake of symmetry, chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now this right here is our single crochet. Then skip 2 double crochets into that third double crochet, single crochet to lock in your trellis chain. And like I was saying before, it is important to be able to identify what is what as far as your stitches. See, right now we've got a double and another double, 2 more. So we are in the middle of our shell. See, if you sort of pull it up a little bit, so we have our 5 doubles. So we are actually into the third double of our 5, and that is where we want to lock it into place. So from here into this third chain, do 5 double crochets for our shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. And that is the end of row 4. So now we've got 3 loops. Alrighty. All right, row 5. It's going to be essentially the same thing as the last row. So we're going to start chain up 3 loosely. 1, 2, 3. Turn the work into that first stitch, 4 more doubles. And 2, and 3, and 4. Skip the next stitch, going to the next one with a single. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going into this first chain with a single. Chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going into that next chain space with a single. And then chain 5 once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now skip that single crochet, the next 2 double crochets into that third double crochet, do a single. All right, and then we've got 2 double crochets left. Perfect. So into the last, we do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. All right, so right now we have across 3 trellis loops. Now, our diamonds aren't going to get any wider than this. So now it's a matter of decreasing the diamond and starting new diamonds on either side. And we're going to do that in the next row. Alrighty. All right, row 6. So essentially we are going to be starting off in the same way, but with a little bit of a twist. So chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, a little bit loose. Into that first stitch, 4 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip that next stitch, going to the next one with a single. Okay. Now, this is where things get a little interesting. We need to start a new diamond, a new window right here. So to do that, we need to have a base, just like we did down here where we had these 2 shells on either side. So we need another shell here, all right? Because this is, picture that this is the very, very first shell that we did, and then we had 2 shells, and then they branched out, right? Well, we need to do our next shell in this single crochet here. Again, be careful. See, if you separate it out a little bit, you can see that is our single crochet. We're working into this single crochet with 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so now, as you can see, this is just like the base that we had down here. These 3 sort of squooshed together. We now have 3 up here squooshed together. So now we have to lock this shell down by doing a single crochet directly into the next chain space. So that's locked down. All right, and then, like I said, we're going to be decreasing this diamond. So we have 3 spaces at the top. Now we only need 2. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next space. There we go. Pull out a little bit more yarn here. See, I know it may seem a little bit confusing right now, but once you get the hang of it, you won't even need me. It's okay. All right, so chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the next chain space. All right, so now we need our 2 shells. So the first shell of the 2 is going to be into that single crochet right there. So that's 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so since we worked into the single crochet, we need to skip the next 2 doubles, working into the third with a single crochet to lock it in. And then we need another one, because again, we have 2 double crochets at the end. Well, at that very last one, just scoot right in there at the top third chain and 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. And of course my yarn is knotting on me. There we go. All right, so when you lay it out, again, you can see how it's really growing out quicker than it's going up. You know, this really exemplifies that, I think. So now we only have 2 of these loops at the top. And as you can see, we have the base here and here for new windows. All right, so we shall continue on to row 7. Okay, row 7. Gonna hop right in just as we have been. So chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, turn that work. 4 more doubles into that first stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we've got a total of 5. Skip that first stitch, going to the next one with a single. And we're starting our trellis work again. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you sort of adjust your stitching, you can see that is our single crochet. So then skip the next 2 double crochets going into that third one. It's all about identifying what stitches are what. All right, so then you can see that we've got 2 double crochets left over, and then we have our single. Well, we're going to work into that single for our next shell, right into here. So that's 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next space. And we had 2, now we only need 1 arch for this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into this next space. Okay, then into this single crochet right here, we need another shell of 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip the next 2 doubles going to that middle third one with a single. Get my yarn untangled. It's a bit unruly today, I don't know why. All right, so we did our single, locking in our shell. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, identifying our stitches, that's the single. Double, double into that third double with a single crochet to lock in our trellis chain. Then into this last double, you guessed it, 5 double crochets. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. All right, so as you can see, we have the beginning of new windows on either side, and we have this middle window almost closed up. We're working on it. We'll get there in the next row. All right, row 8. Start by chaining up 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn the work. You know the deal. You know the routine by now, right? So 4 more doubles into that first stitch. 1, 2, 3, and whoa, hello. If you thought you could escape me, think again. Haha, 5. Okay, so we got a total of 5. All right, skip that first one, going to the next with a single. All right, now we have to make one of these loops into 2 loops, right? So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the chain space of the trellis. Chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now again, skipping that single crochet, the next 2 doubles going into that third double with a single crochet. So now you can see we have 2 spaces across, which is good. It's what we want. All right, so now we have to start working on closing up this middle diamond. Not a problem. All right, so from here into this single crochet, we're going to do another shell. So that's 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then single crochet into this last lonely little space, because 1 is the loneliest number. All right, single crochet, and then going directly into this single crochet with another shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next 2 doubles going into that third double with a single crochet. All right. Then we need 2 more chains on this triangle, this window. All right, so chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the chain space, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, whoops, 4, 5, skip that single crochet, the next 2 doubles going into that third double with a single crochet, and then 5 doubles into the last double. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great. All right, so as you can see, we now have a total of 3, and then this one has been closed up. very nicely. And then we have our 3 on this side as well. All right, onwards and upwards. All righty. All right, moving right along to row 9. All right, so I'm going to start, of course, by chaining up 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn the work. 4 double crochets into that first stitch for a total of 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, skip a stitch going into the next with a single. All right, so we only have 2 loops. We need 3. So chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the chain space. Chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the chain space. And once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now skip the single crochet, the next 2 doubles, single crochet into that third double crochet, like so. So now we've got 3. Okay, so now we need to finish off the bordering, if you will, with shells. All right, so into that single crochet, 5 doubles. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 2 doubles into that third one, single crochet to anchor it in place. All right, so now on this side, we need 3 spaces. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the chain space, chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next chain space, and then 1 more chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now skip the single, the next 2 doubles, going into that third double with a single crochet. And did we do this right? Yep, we did this right. Okay, just double checking. All right, so now into that last double crochet, 5 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so that's the end of row 9. Okay, row 10. Chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, turn the work. 4 doubles into that first stitch. So we've got 2, 3, 4, and our total of 5. Get some more yarn out here. Now for this one, this row, we need to make these diamonds, these windows, smaller again, right? So in order to do that, well, first we're going to anchor our first shell here. So skipping the first into that second one, single crochet. So in order to shrink the window down, to decrease the window down, going to do a shell into that single crochet right there with 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so then single crochet in this space to anchor it. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next chain space. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next chain space. So we went from 1 to 2 to 3, back down to 2 again. All right, so now, now here's the interesting part. All right, yes, it came to a point, but now it has to go back out again. So we need a shell here and one here. So in this single crochet, we need a shell. So that's 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 2 doubles, going into the third with a single. Okay. And then skipping these 2 doubles into that single, going to do another shell. 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet into the chain space to anchor it. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the next chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the next space. Okay, so we have our 2 spaces here. So now we need 2 shells. So into this single crochet, 5 doubles for another shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 2 doubles into the third single crochet, and then into the last double, 5 doubles. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. All right, so that is the end of row 10. So now we need to do 1 arch over here, and this one is going to grow out, and this one's going to grow in, and this one's going to grow out. We're getting there. Isn't that pretty? All right, let's keep going. Okay, row 11. All right, so as per usual, start with a chaining up of 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn that work. 4 doubles into that first stitch, or a total of 5. So I've got 2, 3, 4, and 5. Anchor it in place by skipping 1, going into the next with a single. Okay, so now chain 5 because we're starting a new window pane, so to speak. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here we have our single crochet, so skip that one. The next 2 doubles, single crochet into that third double, like so. Okay, so now over here we have 2 chain spaces. We only want 1. So into the single crochet here, do another shell. So that's 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Anchor it by single crocheting into the next space. 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the next space. Okay. Do a shell into this single crochet right here. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip the first 2 doubles going to the third with a single. All right, so now we need another arch space right here. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So skip that single, the next 2 doubles going into that third double with a single. Okay. Then we need a shell coming out of this single right here. So that's 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anchor it with a single into the next space. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the next chain space. Okay, then another shell into the next single crochet right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, anchor that into place by skipping the first 2 doubles, going to the third with a single. And we need one more arch space right here. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so these 2 doubles, nope, that single, skip over that, and the next 2 doubles going into that third double with a single. Then into the last double, 5 double crochets for our final shell. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, very good. Okay, so now this is actually going to be the end of this part of the tutorial. Okay. Okay, so as we're leaving it for now, we have right here a single archway, and over here we have a single archway at the top of our diamond, another single, and another single. Now, The reason why I'm going to end the video here is because I did promise you a repeat, which I fully intend on doing in part 2 of the tutorial. Now, this would be the last row of your piece. You know, imagine this were a lot bigger, right? This would be the last row before you do the edging, at least how I did the edging. And I'm going to show you what I mean. Let me just, there we go. See, like I just showed you here, we have the one space right here. Well, same difference right here. Just the one space, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, and see, there's the one space right there. I'm going to show you another repeat because I think that this is a good place to leave off right here. And then I'm going to show you how you can go about doing the edging, which really is painfully simple. You know, it's not difficult whatsoever. Technically speaking, yes, you can do the edging wherever you want to, but I wanted to show you where I did it. Okay, so I really hope that you're enjoying this tutorial as much as I am, because I love doing this stuff. It's great. And so if you are, give a little thumbs up button down below, because I appreciate your appreciation always. And please hit subscribe, because I do try to post often, whether it's crocheting, knitting, audiobook narration, or my other YouTube channel, Fiber Spider Games, where I do video game playthrough and commentary. Would love to see you there. So, until next time in part 2, I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.